Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, June 29th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the price you see over here will be changing, and the candlestick you see right there will be moving around. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time, but I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one here, JOBY, absolutely monster move here, and no big pullbacks at all. In fact, as I speak right now, you can see that the price is essentially just hovering right here up at these highs. Not quite at the high, but the point here being is it has maintained its gains very nicely. So from that angle of things, a good sign of strength in and of itself. Now, let me be very clear. If the price does pull back a little bit more, that doesn't mean that the chart's ruined or all of a sudden weak. I'm just saying that the lack of the pullback just shows how strong it seems to be right now. So moving forward, that key breakout point right up there at $9.20, and nothing fancy there. That's literally just a question of where did the party finally stop today, and that was at $9.20. So keep an eye on that from a breakout standpoint. If you are somebody that likes more so pullbacks, then an interesting level from a pullback standpoint, right down there around the $8.50 mark. So keep an eye on that. But all in all, anyway, look at it. Monster volume today. Good, solid price movement. So we'll see how it plays out on Thursday. Next one here, NERV. Very, very impressive move on this one also. And now it's kind of a question in my mind is, are we going to have some sort of history repeat? So what do I mean? Well, look at it like this. Nice move up, price pulled back, curled back up, and then boom, there it went. Now you're going to have a case of deja vu. Nice move up, pull back down here, and then this is where the question mark comes into play. Is something like that going to happen? So that is the big question mark. Are we going to get a repeat of that history? And there are no guarantees, but patterns tend to repeat themselves, so that doesn't make it for sure that that'll occur. So don't walk away from that video thinking this or thinking that it'll for sure happen. My point is, it's at least plausible. It's at least a rational thought to have that, hey, you know what, maybe this thing pulls back a little bit more, and then starts to curl back upwards with that, potential pullback area right there around 965, and then the main area of resistance right up there, at least in my opinion, right up there at the 1075 mark. Meaning if the price can come up there and get a good high volume, strong break of 1075, then it seems likely that the price will at least push up to those highs, if not even break above them. Next one, CCL, a relatively popular stock. Everybody's heard of I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people have heard of that, the cruise line Carnival, and that's what we're watching here, and a good solid pattern. So as I draw this pattern, please realize I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not trying to play this is a great discovery. A lot of people have drawn this pattern, and I say all that because when a lot of people are watching the same levels and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movements. So let me change that to green to represent support, and then maybe make it easier. We'll keep it one color. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the big upwards move here for you golfers out here. I'll make it a little bit more visual, put a golf hole down here, and this would be a bull pennant pattern. So while nothing is guaranteed, is it valid to think that if the price comes up here and can break to the top side of that pattern, that breakout in and of itself could create additional buying pressure? That's certainly a plausible thought. So if you like bull pennant patterns, I'd certainly keep an eye on it. Next one, LCID, and the nice grind continues, and I still go back to last week when this move here was looking oh so nasty. And then all of a sudden, from there, complete turnaround, and it's put new highs in. So credit where credit's due. After what was looking like a train wreck, the price has recovered very nicely. I'll go ahead and get rid of that level as it served its purpose for now. In terms of new levels of resistance to watch, in fact, let me make sure I'm not missing anything here. Oh, yeah, well, let's see. How does this level correspond? Not quite, but very close. So I'm going to go ahead and call this level right here at $6.60. You can see right there was a problem. And then today never quite hit it exactly, but I think we can all agree got well within the range. So that area is going to be the first key battleground to watch from a resistance side of things. If the price does decide to pull back, then keep a close eye on that pink line there, which on my chart denotes the very well-known, very famous 200 period moving average, which again can bring about some self-fulfilling prophecies where the price just bounces off of it just because. And that value is right down there at, we'll call it $6.25. But anyway, look at it. The grind continues. Nice little consolidation here. So can the price make a move back upwards and continue on with the grind on Thursday? Let's see what happens. Next one, AMC, and this is exactly why I noted I like to do these when the market's still open for a small amount of time, because look at this. As I speak, volume coming in very, very nicely, and the price is just I mean, was there news out? I don't know, but you can see that, like I said, the volume coming in very, very nicely. And that's what a watch list is all about. Finding unique, finding interesting situations, and not rushing out and randomly buying stuff, but watching it, seeing what happens. So the question really just becomes, do you find this interesting? Do you find this unique, where volume surges in and then the price just goes bonkers? In my opinion, yeah, this is an interesting situation. So that doesn't mean you come out here and you just buy right there. But like I said, it's worth at least watching. So moving forward, that'll be the really big question. It's quite a simple proposition at this point, is asking the question, which is an exciting question to ask, is, well, how big is this thing going to get? I mean, it's already been a big move, but is this just the start of something even bigger than this? No, to be fair, maybe it's not. Maybe this thing just rolls back over. But that is a two-sided coin because, well, I mean, maybe it is the start of something much bigger, and this thing just completely continues to skyrocket. You never know, but what we do know is that this is a very interesting situation, so worth keeping an eye on and watching, hence a watch list. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online class that I'm offering. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box, or if you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage that you can click to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free live online class. Next one here, Open, OPEN, and good solid move. A little disappointing in the sense of, well, if you like to play breakouts, well, you've missed the breakout because it's broken out right here. But as we just talked about with AMC, you still get to ask a very exciting question because sure, the breakout has happened, but now we get to ask, is this the start of something bigger? Now think about the question. Unless something worthwhile happens, it makes no sense to ask that question. Because if nothing's going on and then you say, wow, is this the start of something bigger? That would make no sense. But there is something worthwhile happen. It is the breakout. So again, if you're a breakout player, then sure, technically speaking, you missed the opportunity to buy that breakout. But if this is the start of a much bigger breakout, then you could still just be getting in very early to a bigger party to come. Now I want to reiterate, there are no guarantees. So maybe this is a fake breakout and down it goes. But like I said, to be fair, maybe it's not a false breakout. Maybe it's a true breakout, and this thing keeps ripping and roaring. So it goes back to the whole idea of finding those unique, finding those interesting situations and watching them. So if you like stocks down below $5 and you like to play these potential scenarios where a breakout is just getting started, keep an eye on it. Next one here, AMD, and very popular stock, and just want to kind of map things out in a very simplistic way. And I'm not saying this is the only way to look at it at all, but just from where I sit, kind of a presentation standpoint, how can I map this out from a way that I think will apply to most people, and in a way that most people will probably at least consider in one way or another. And it's really just one big old pattern here. So let's get this pattern in play. We have our resistance part of the pattern. We have our support part of the pattern right down there. And again, let me get that changed to green to represent the area of support. And this would be known as a descending triangle. So some people love descending triangles. Other people want to avoid them. I'm not saying one person's right or one person's wrong. I'm just saying that we all have different styles. We all have different things that we like within the market. But if you were to push me into the corner and say, look, summarize AMD for me very quickly, I would say AMD, 30-minute time frame, descending triangle, technical pattern. Next one here, TSLA Tesla, and probably should have put this one at a different location because it's the same pattern that we've already talked about. So once again, same general idea. This is not a great discovery. A lot of people are watching this pattern, and you combine that with the fact that, and it's also happening on a very, very popular stock, it just brings about that whole idea of potential self-fulfilling prophecies and makes it that much more valid. So let's just get this pattern in play. We have our resistance. Maybe you already know where I'm headed with this. We have our support. So just because I can't help myself, let me change this to green to represent the support part of the dynamic. And again, just because I can't help myself, and you long-time viewers know, I got to keep it the same color now. So we have our resistance. We have our support. We have the nice upwards move here. We have the golf hole down here. So we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. I'd say the biggest difference here is just price range. The other bull pennant was on a much cheaper stock. This is on a more expensive one. But even if it is too expensive from a stock perspective, you can always keep in mind options. Next one here, CNTG, and this will mean a bit more to those of you that watched yesterday's video, but if you did, first off, a huge congratulations. For any of you that watched that video, hopefully you remember me putting that red line in place, and if anybody bought that breakout of the of that resistance, I mean, a very, very impressive move. But this is now also where the chart gets a little tricky to talk about because it's all about perspective. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're a day trader, flipper, scalper, and you're looking to buy and sell within 5 minutes, and you bought somewhere right around there, or you bought right there, well, then from that angle, the chart looks really, really bad because, yeah, there has been a big pullback. In fact, after that big move up, there was this downwards channel that has formed. However, if you are a bigger picture point of view, then you're going to be asking yourself, and you're going to be saying, well, yeah, sure, Clay, it isn't a downwards channel right now, but what happened before this downwards channel? And then you would say, well, the price made this huge explosion up, which just actually allowed me to draw a bull flag pattern. So yes, depending on your angle, maybe this is a really, really bearish, bad looking chart. But if you do care about more of the bigger picture, actually all you're looking at right now is the bull flag pattern. So if you like bull flag patterns, you like stocks down below $5, keep an eye on it. Next one, TQQQ, which is an ETF that measures the NASDAQ. So if you believe the NASDAQ market as a whole is going to rise, this one will also rise. And got some more data here. And I could certainly, leave that level right there, 39.65, as an area of resistance because the price, sure, it broke above it today temporarily right there before going back down. Now that we have more data, I'm just going to map it up here because I think this level here that more so stands out like a sore thumb to people, right up there now at basically $40. In fact, if I bring it over, then it becomes that there's that much more data. So yeah, right there. So now going through the history of things, we can see rejected, rejected, rejected. So while I'm not saying that level can never ever be broken again, I'm just saying you got to think a lot of people are watching that resistance, which once again brings about that talking point of potential self-fulfilling prophecies. So from a resistance side of things, $40.15 is going to be very important. As far as supports are concerned, both these moving averages, the purple line being the 50-period moving average, pink line being the 200-period moving average, you can see just generally speaking, if you kind of just envision both of those, whenever the price has gotten down around those areas, it has held very nicely, including the opening 30 minutes where it bounced directly off that 200-period moving average. So the power of charts. So I'll turn that into a quick plug. Get signed up for the free class. Are charts perfect? No, but are they a great tool? Absolutely. So get signed up for the class so you can learn more about how that all works. So overall, though, those are going to be the main dynamics here headed forward. But yeah, you got to think that everybody and their brother's uncle is watching $40.15. So that wraps up the top 10. Again, if you like what you saw here, then I want you to get signed up for that free live class. It'll be tomorrow, Thursday, June 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern time, or I suppose if you're watching this Thursday morning, then it'll be later today, but definitely go get signed up. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, please do two things for me. Hit the like button, leave a comment, give me a smiley face emoji, say hi, tell me what you traded today, tell me what you're watching tomorrow. But those two things communicate to me that you're enjoying, and as long as I know you're enjoying, I'll continue to get this content out to you. So get signed up for that free class, hit that like button, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.